Everyone, it's Odell with the early morning cup. This morning I am drinking some water, but I have some kiwi in there. I love my kiwis. It's so delicious and good, and drink my water, get a little burst of kiwi flavor, and if I get down in there enough, I can get some in my mouth. Mmm, so good. I love kiwis. A lot of people ask, what is my favorite fruit? I have so many different flavors and stuff that I just love that, there's no like one thing like, oh, definitely this is it. Nothing else. No other fruit. No, I love all the different fruits and juices and spices and everything. So, it's all about what flavor you're feeling at that day. So, this is my kiwi drink. My kiwi water. Um, but today, I would like to talk to you guys about one of the most important things that we experience and go through in our lives and stuff is you know uh, being a mom. So I have three little boys, and I have a 2 year old, and he is I have a 6'4" and a 2 year old. you know my 2 year old, he is at that phase now. Like yesterday picked him up and from school, and the daycare, the lady was like, bye sweetie, and he's like, no, I'm not sweetie, I'm Sean. And it's so cute because you're like, she's that's a sign of endearment, towards you. And like, I try to think back, was there a point that I did that? I've done that to my mom when I was little, and she used to call me dear and sweetie and all this stuff, and I'll be like, I don't want to be called a deer. I'm not an animal. I'm Odell. Call me by my name, Odell. So that was just the cutest thing ever. And it's like, he's growing up so fast, and you just don't know, like, you just want to hold him and, like, I want to keep you at this age as long as I possibly can. And, so I got to appreciate it a lot because I do run across other people that say, like, oh my gosh, I have a teenager boy, and, I wish I can go back to those moments. And you're just like, man, I don't want teenage. I'm not ready for a teenager yet. I am so not ready for teenage boys. They have three different personalities already, and I can't even imagine them talking to girls and everything else. But the statement of that, of saying that, I'm Sean, like, he is already like, I know who I am, and I am grown. Like, he's ready to like unhands me. I am ready to let everybody know who I am already. So I'm happy for him because he is maturing in his age, and but it's just one of those things where you're just so like, ugh, you still want to hold on to that, be my baby still, be this cutie pie that you've always been. And he still is a cutie pie, but he's just getting a little bit older than mommy's ready for. And so that's one of my biggest questions. Like, how is some of your parents dealing with this stuff? How have you dealt with it in the past? Did it work out later on in life? Are you guys still best friends with your kids, or great friends, or do they still want to hang out with you, or do they just want you out your life? Out their life, after the teenage years, after the kids' years, and they get older, are you still cool friends with your parents? Because I went through that teenage years where I didn't talk to my mom, but now once in a while I can have a conversation with my mom, and it's awesome and it's great. And then sometimes, your mom is just your mom, or your dad is, your dad. So just wondering, how, any of you guys that went through this, like, where you have the pictures of the 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 to 6, and then they turn teenagers, and you're like, oh my God, where's that cute little kid that was in there? Now they're a teenager and they think they own the world and they're ruling it. And then they get into their 20s, possibly, and they're like, okay, off to school, or they doing their own thing, or and then their 30s. So just wondering, you know, how to handle those situations, where you're going, how you're handling it, how you're dealing with it, you know. Um, do you still have good relationships with these kids, and keeping it prepared, and awesome and great? Did it get better, sweeter, and things like that? Or some of you in grandma phase, where you're like, your kids are grown, so now you're spoiling the butt out of these grandkids because they're just too much? Because my mom is at that phase. Like, sometimes I don't even know my mom anymore, because she comes around my kids and it's like, who is this woman? Like, when I was growing up, this was not the same woman. Your parents are so strict with you, but then they become grandma. It's like, oh, they can do this, and they can, like, when did I get to do all these stuff? When I was this child of yours, I'm your child. I didn't do that when I was a child, but my kids can, and like, it's like, now I have to reconstruct them every time you guys hang out. So, you know, just writing your comments and stuff, and how you feel, and if you're going through it, if you're, making things better, is it getting worse, or, you know, maybe you guys have some good advice that can definitely help me out. And, with being a mom, and especially with young boys. I have all boys. Um, I have an awesome stepdaughter. She's 10 years old right now, but uh, when we have her, and it's awesome to spend time with a girl, but she's already like at 10, so I've never really went through the baby stuff with her, but for the boys, I'm going through the baby stuff with them. And so it's just, cool to kind of be able to do that. And I'm excited about it, but it's like I'm scared sometimes, like, because I have a 6, a 4, and a 2, and every single one of them has been different at 2. That I will say. My 4-year old, um Seth, he's in the middle, and he is antisocial. He will play, I mean, like, he will play one on one, but he doesn't do the group. He is not a group person. So, you know, just always wonder about that. Like, is he like that because he's in the middle, and he just, he's always in the middle between the old brother and the baby. So he's just, but he's very antisocial. He just, you know, wouldn't do the group. Even his teacher said, like, he does not do groups. Like, he just, we tried to do a picture with him and his little cousins, and his other two cousins were a girl. Tried to do a picture, and of course, the whining and the crying. You can never get a perfect picture. Not even halfway into, kind of get 2 or 3 pictures in, he just walks off. We went upstairs, started walking upstairs. Like, where are you going, Seth? Oh, I'm done. Like, you're done? What do you mean by you're done? He's like, I'm done. I wish I could have recorded that moment as it was happening, because it was just unbelievable. Like, this child has determined, and he was, at that time, he was 2.5, about to be 3. Yeah, he might have been 3, and he was just done. And I was like, wow, it's interesting how kids just, we as adults, we could learn a lot from them, with just the finality of it. What makes them change? But he was done, but that's just his personality. My other one is just a sweetheart. He wants to hug everyone. He just wants to be, and he likes to talk a lot. He's a chatterbox, so he's like mama. Chatter, 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 chatter. That's all I get. Chatter, 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 chatter. But, you know, thank you for tuning in today, and enjoy your cup of tea, milk, chocolate tea, coffee, whatever it may be, and leave me some comments and some ideas and things to try with my kids. Thank you. And this is Odell with the Early Morning Cup.